What if I told you that One Piece fans actually think that Logias are the most overpowered thing in the universe, and they think that they can beat anyone in any different other anime? And why would some people think that exactly? Well, because Logias have the unique ability to turn their body into whatever the element or thing that they eat the devil fruit from. So if you have the Mera no Mi, which is the flame fruit, you can turn your body into flames and be intangible to any attack that comes your way, okay? Now, hey, I know this sounds strong as hell, and it sounds like this has no limits until you realize one thing. Now, before I say that one thing, there are people online getting out of hand with Logias and saying they're the most overpowered thing because of that one ability that they have. They even say that Logias can go into the Naruto universe and beat everyone. Just one Logia beats the whole roster. Now, you may be one of those people that think that, but let me tell you something right here, my brother. Let me tell you something right here. Of course, the way you deal with a Logia is by having a really powerful haki, or having haki in general, to cancel out their intangibility effect. Okay, look. But let me tell you, there's another way to beat a Logia. Because before this series even had haki, how do you think we was beating Logias? We had almost every main villain being a Logia in a pre-time skip before haki even existed. And that goes to show who really is watching One Piece, or who is watching it for the fashion, and who's actually a One Piece fan that actually pays attention. Nigga, the only way you deal with haki, deal with a Logia is not by using haki. There's multiple ways. You gotta think, nigga, what does the nigga inhabit? What element is he? If he's flame, put the nigga out with water. Or you can blow the nigga away, possibly. Or guess what? Watch this. Use a hotter flame. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but this is how Ace dies. Not technically a flame, magma, which is hotter than fire. Akainu was able to kill Ace because his flame was hotter, allowing him to punch through his body and him still feel the effect because he can't go through something that is a better element than his. Not only did we see that with Ace, but even earlier we seen it with Crocodile. My brother, how did Luffy beat Crocodile if Crocodile is the most overpowered thing in the universe because he's a Logia? How? Luffy was able to basically coat his fist in blood, okay, naturally, and that acted like water. And Crocodile was weak to water because his fruit is the sand fruit, okay, boom. And it's usually what he does with it is dry people out. But guess what's the opposite of dry? Wet. And guess what he does? He makes Crocodile body touchable because he uses a water-like substance to make his body solid. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, brother, go get some sand, dip it in some water, see what happens, bro. And even after that, nigga, we got NL. Who beat NL? Luffy. Wanna know why? Because he's the exact opposite of what NL is. And NL is a fucking lightning god, bro. But guess what Luffy is? He's made of rubber. And guess what a rubber is to lightning? A natural, I didn't want to say conductor. It's not a conductor. It's a, what is the opposite of conductor? Insulate, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna say that word like I know what it means right now. So because rubber cannot conduct lightning, it is the natural enemy to what an NL is, a lightning god. Again, it really shows that the people are watching One Piece right now are overhyping this fruit in general. They are really overhyping this fruit. They think the only way you deal with it is haki. That is not the only way. We've seen people deal with Logias before the time skip even happened, before haki was really introduced. But these be the same people that say, oh, well, they can go over here and beat everyone. Let me explain you why they can't. Okay, look, the main thing people bring up is Naruto. Oh, a Logia can go over here and beat all the Naruto characters. What do the Naruto characters have? They control elements with chakra. Oh, they can't beat NL. Guess what's gonna happen? Earth style. Cause guess what lightning is weak to? Earth. Oh, they can't be Crocodile. They can't be Ace. Water style. Oh, they can't be Smoker though. They can't be Smoker. Oh God, they can't be Smoker. Wind style. Bro, they gonna blow that man away before he even able to do anything, bro. Come on now. Let's be real. See, I get it, bro. Logias are cool, and I know they seem powerful in the moment of, oh my God, they can't be touched by normal means, until you figure out that pre-time skip One Piece was basically a whole Pokemon battle fight. What is weak to what? How do you beat this because this is weak to this? It just made sense. So why are we taking the sense out of everything and saying, oh no, only hockey, and then putting them in the world without hockey and saying they beat everyone. It makes no sense. Why are you genuinely taking the sense out of how the element works? It genuinely does not make no sense. All in all, brother, the One Piece community has shocked me beyond belief, because I can't believe some of these people sat down and claimed that they watch all 1,000,000 episodes and they know every in and out of One Piece, but they don't know this simple fact of how a Logia works, my nigga. Are you a total? Oh, I almost said a word that I didn't want to say. And we even have the most prime, most powerful Logia type fruit ever in the One Piece world. You see how it reacts to its opposite effect. Okay, who is that? Blackbeard. Okay, look, I really don't believe this shit is a Logia, but they say it's a Logia right now, and I really think it's a Paramecia, but hey, we're gonna say that for later. That is a whole nother video and a whole nother time, my brother. But look, Blackbeard has the dark Logia fruit, whatever. Okay, right. What is the prime example I'm talking about? Because his fruit is the dark fruit, he is constantly surrounded by sunlight all the time. He cannot go make his body intangible. So he can genuinely not pass through things because the sun projects light at all times. Even in the nighttime, the sunlight is bouncing off of the moon, making his fruit not make his body intangible. Because again, what is the opposite of darkness? Light. And what does he have to do to actually make his fruit effective? What he does with Whitebeard, he throws a cloak over himself and Whitebeard to make his fruit effective. So you see even the most powerful people in your show have their ability not work to the opposite effect, and you think that they can go into any universe and destroy the whole world because of what their fruit is classified as. But hey, I hope I was able to clear up some Logia myths, some Logia bullshit facts, whatever the hell you got out of this video. I hope I was able to clear it up a little bit, at least. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. Like, subscribe, all that shit, comment, and bye.